Hi Leo, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for a tarot and oracle card reading for all Leo. All right, we are going to get started here right away with the Sacred Destiny Oracle card. You have here, I love this card for you. Going forward, isn't that beautiful? It reminds me of a fairy tale, saying that you're on the right path, even if you've had a little course correction. All right, it's like when we head over a speed bump in the car, we don't stop and turn the whole car around. We just gently roll over it. So keep going forward no matter what it is that you're asking about. Know that you're on the right path. Let us consult the tarot and see what else you need to know. General reading, Four of Wands. I feel like that makes an appearance regularly. The Six of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Fool, the Eight of Pentacles, the Empress. I haven't seen her in quite a while. I miss her. And the King of Cups. I'm liking this quite a bit for you. I feel like with this energy, you're leaving behind something that's held you back. I just feel like you're not going to be bringing it with you in this energy. I like this a great deal in terms of taking a leap of faith. And she's also, too, the Empress is called the path to the heart. And so I like that a great deal when we see the path of going forward. This is releasing all resistance. It's moving forward. And it's also, too, if you've had an environment that's been resistant to change, where you haven't felt like you could make any gains, I feel like you're finally breaking free of that. And here's where the gains come in big time. So you have earth, you have water, air, and fire. So it appears all the elements with two major arcana. Now, if it's a relationship, too, that's been stagnant or stuck, I feel like you're going to have a heart-to-heart, okay, a conversation from the heart that's going to change things and move it forward, especially if your significant other has some fear that they're not talking about. I feel like somebody here has been tethered to fear, and it's time to release it. So I really think you'll be finding this to be a very nice change of events here. The Four of Wands, the 1111 card, your spirit is telling you that things are moving forward. This to me, it's one of the fairy tale cards of the deck, but it is saying that if you've had a path that's been a bit restrictive, you're finally going to have more options and opportunities. Now, if it's been something mundane, like some kind of protocol at work that's really had you, I heard, handcuffed, I feel like you're finally going to be released of it. And there may be some rule change, some procedure change, or something like that, that ultimately allows you to move forward. In relationships, this is a marriage. You have a marriage and fertility. Now, the fertility can be birth of an idea, but I do feel like for somebody, especially with the Six of Wands being here, it's like that life-changing. There's a human, a tiny human coming into play here. How exciting if that's you. Congratulations. So that Six of Wands, you're going to find that people want to care for you. And if it's you that's bringing in the tiny human, great, let them do it. Let them support you, especially if that's hard for you and you tend to do things on your own terms. With this, though, you not only have support, you have a lot of attention coming your way. It's victory, success, it's confidence, it's flying high, it's being on the path of success. It's also being elevated a bit. So I mentioned accolades. This is where you may walk out of a situation and feel like you've got just a little bit of a leg up. We're in, and you know what? I understand I'm not trying to build arrogance, but I do. I feel like if it's an interview, if it's something that you're doing with work and you're in sales, here's where you get the deal. You have just a little more to offer. If it's something with a relationship too, again, you have just a little more to offer is what they keep saying. And you know what? People are going to be eating it up. Let them have it. So this Seven of Swords, Eight of Swords, right together too, by the way. These two came out in order. We have 78 cards here, so there's definitely a story here. It's the only little bump in the road, though. The rest of the tarot reading is really beautiful. And so I feel like with this, if it's something about you betraying yourself, if that's the case with that Eight of Swords, and you've been biding your time, keeping your own life on hold for perhaps the good of someone else, if it's a job you haven't left because you know they're in a bit of a lurch, I can tell you what, if you do move on, they're going to get out of that lurch really quickly. They'll stay in it as long as they can keep you, is what I get. And so there's been something here, too, with the Seven of Swords. If it is something, I just keep getting this sort of caretaking energy where there's been something about you maybe not seeing the whole picture and somebody who can do things for themselves, but they're just allowing you to do it. All right, I feel like it may be time to turn them loose, let them be able to do it on their own. Now, this Seven of Swords can be betrayal and undercurrents of deceit, and that's how I get it here. I don't feel like it's somebody talking about you or doing something in that regard, but I do feel like it's somebody who may be slightly swindling you or others. You know, again, having like learned helplessness is how I get them. Needing to be taken care of in a way, and if you are the one, because I get this energy where you're going to be, the tables are turned and people are going to be offering support to you, but I don't see it as need-based. If it's something like you're having a baby or you're changing jobs or something like that, I feel like the support is more just to be there, just to be of help, not out of need necessarily. With this Eight of Swords, though, it seems like it's held you back. You've got two different eights here, and eights are about rhythm and vibration. And this one is janky. It is not a great connection here. It's like the eights are about peace and magic, and the underlying quality is unity. This one is a guilt trip. It's too much, I feel like, thinking, too many people's opinions, pressure on you. And so I do feel like you're finally going to make a move to move forward on your own terms, especially if you've been doing this for someone else, where you've really been carrying them. I feel like it's time for them to stand on their own 2 feet, and you're going to make a decision that, to me, has you kind of do a 180, where you're going to do things in your own terms. And it all begins with this, okay? It begins with this Fool energy that brings freedom, enthusiasm, autonomy. It's going to feel like such a big relief. Now, if you've been waiting on paperwork, I heard like visa. If you've been looking to work overseas and that's been holding you up, it finally gets taken care of. And all things move forward with this, especially with the 6 and 4 of Wands being here. So I do feel like your hard work and your effort and your focus are going to pay off. Now, with the Fool energy, it's trust too. It's an energy 0. Pure potential. And somebody complained the other day about hearing that. It's like, that's what the numbers and stuff mean. I'm not making that up. But they get tired of readings where it talks about potential. It's like, well, are you doing anything to actualize it? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. With this energy of the Fool, here's where you break free. Here's where you move forward on your own terms, but there's such a vigor and an excitement with this. Nothing can stop you when you're in the energy of the Fool. It really is the time of your life where you're creating, where you're having great ideas, you're meeting the right people, and you have a new opportunity here, and I feel like it's one where you can't say no to it. This also, too, for some can be a card of moving. So if you're thinking about moving, here you go. He's on a quest. He's fearless. There's like no second guessing here. There's nothing where you overthink anymore. If you've been through that, I feel like that period is done for you. With this energy, you're going to find that you'll spread your wings and fly. That's what the Fool brings out in you. So with the energy of the 8 of Pentacles, your focus, your determination, your drive cannot be stopped. When you're in this energy, you're bringing in more money. You're bringing in stability in your energy. Anything you put your mind to, you will do it here. You can have, do, or be anything. If you can see it in your mind, you can have it. And so if it's a relationship, you have great commitment here. And if you're asking if you're in a relationship, I do feel like the two of you are going to be on the same page with money and moving forward and making goals together, financial goals, whether it be travel or a housing or a car situation where you're working together so there's no infighting. They always talk about how money issues are such a reason for couples separating. Not here. This is like moving in the same direction. So the energy of the Empress will have you feeling all aglow. The Empress is love embodied in life. It really is a time of beauty, success. She is the card that tells you that your great ideas will lead into more. All right. It's a time of getting busy though. Okay. She takes action. She doesn't just sit and hope. It really is an abundant time where people around you too, you'll find you have easy partnerships in this energy. Everyone seems to get along better in that energy. And with the King of Cups, you're going to be loving your life, emotionally intuitive. You'll find people confide in you easily in terms of love. You have a love story coming in. You have real love here. So those of you that are asking, but I do feel like the overarching theme is just loving your life. So let's see what the yes, no will tell you about money first. Now is not the time. So there may be something about that. If, like I said, you've been held back for some reason, evaluating that, is it the next couple of weeks? It doesn't mean next year if it doesn't mean tomorrow, okay? It may be you look at things and go, you know what? This is the perfect timing. We're going to take this because it came out. So this is for love. Spend your spiritual energy wisely. So even in those day-to-day conversations, noticing who's an energy vampire, who's an uplifter, spend it wisely and don't expose yourself energetically more than you need to. Good things are on the way for you, Leo. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.